Small and medium enterprises growth strategies, a focus on alliances, partnerships and networks. The learning objectives of this lesson are: first, to understand why firms decide to collaborate. In order to do this, we will focus on the strategic advantages that firms could achieve, and on the enabling conditions that allow and facilitate alliances formation. Second, we will try to understand how to design a collaborative strategy with particular reference to network forms and coordination mechanisms. The first step is to choose growth strategy. A firm can grow by enhancing its assets, and this is the dimensional growth, or by exploiting its relational assets, and we call it relational growth, or by increasing its resources and capabilities endowment, and this is the qualitative growth. The qualitative growth is not an alternative way, because either the dimensional or the relational growth need to be implemented by strengthening competencies and capabilities. Then, qualitative development supports both dimensional and relational growth. The dimensional growth deals of course with size. There are two alternative ways. Through merger and acquisition. An acquisition occurs when a firm acquires another firm and establishes itself as the new owner, while a merger happens when two firms agree to merge the two independent firms into one. These are the case of external mechanism of growth. Or dimensional growth occurs by increasing its assets, existence by hiring new employees, developing new products, or by the expansion of the productive capacity. This is also called internal or organic growth. The relational growth occurs when firms cooperate with others in order to gain strategic advantages which would be hardly achieved by firms individually. Then, strategic alliances are long-term cooperative agreements in which two or more partners share risks and resources and gain knowledge or access to markets in order to improve the firm's competitive position. Through cooperation, firms could achieve several advantages. Existence, higher performance. Firms attempt to increase their revenues by the expansion of sales channels, by gaining in market share, by the increasing of export intensity, or by a faster market penetration. Cooperation can be also motivated by cost reductions. Cost saving may be the results of economies of scale or scope that can be achieved, for example, through joint research, marketing, or production in cooperation. Cost reduction also deals with the spread of financial or other risks among partners. Through networking, firms can have access to resources and capabilities. In this case, firms try to enhance their competitiveness by adding complementary resources, crucial to improve new products' existence. Innovation can be another motive to network formation. Collaboration should increase the rate of new product development because of the sharing of complementary resources. Finally, cooperation can also lead to internationalization because strategic alliances could be done to gain a faster foreign market access or the increase of export intensity. There are several advantages to cooperate, but the question is, why do not firms cooperate? Why is there a consistent part of firms that still does not employ alliances? probably because there are firms more prone to cooperate than others. We can explain that because there are some enabling conditions that affect the propensity of firm. These conditions are almost at two levels: an individual or organizational level and an environmental level. Organizational or individual levels deals with firms' and entrepreneurs' characteristics such as size, resources endowment, strategic posture, entrepreneurial orientation, while environmental level deals with market, industry, and institutional characteristics. An enabling condition at an organizational level is the firm size, that is also linked to resource endowment. But it is not clear how size affects alliances formation, because there are two alternative theses. Even the empirical evidence does not give a solution. This is the problem. Firm size deals with resources endowment, because it is said that small firms have less resources and competencies than larger ones. So, collaboration could be a good strategy to have access to complementary resources. And this is the reason why some researchers find that small firms have more alliances than larger. On the other side, large firms have all the capabilities and resources to best manage the collaboration. Then, large firms should be more prone to engage in collaboration. The strategic postures indicate how firms react to the environment and how they act in the competitive arena. It is possible to recognize four strategic types of firms. Prospectors are firms that promote innovation and creativity over efficiency. The market is not seen as a source of uncertainty, but it is a source of new opportunities. They prioritize new products and services development and innovation to meet the new and changing customers' needs and to create new demands. Defender firms are distinctive in stable environment, as their primary activity deals with the maintenance of stable share of the market. A common solution to this problem is cost leadership, and so these organizations achieve success by specializing in particular areas and uses established and standardized technical process to maintain low costs. Analyzer organizations share characteristics with prospector and defender organizations. Thus, they face the entrepreneurial problem of how to maintain their share in existing markets and how to find and exploit new markets and product opportunities. Consequently, they seek the efficiency to maintain low costs, but they also emphasize new products and services development to remain competitive when the market changes. Finally, reactors do not have a systematic strategy. Their new product and services development are in response to environmental change. For what concerns alliance formation, it is said that defenders and prospectors are more likely to use collaborative strategies than analyzers and reactors. Of course, defenders and prospectors have different motivation. Defenders will engage in alliances in order to achieve cost saving and maintenance of market shares, while prospectors will focus on alliances that allow innovation and creativity. At an individual level, also the characteristic of the entrepreneurs or managers could affect the propensity of the firm to collaborate with others. For example, the individual tolerance to risk, but of particular interest is the role of entrepreneurs and managers' social networks. With social networks, we refer to previous work experience, friendship, acquaintance. It is said that industry and market characteristics affect the propensity of network formation. One of these can be the munificence existence. With this term, we define an environment when there is no competition for resources. As there is no competition among firms, these are more prone to collaborate and to engage in collaborative strategies. Then, the richness of resources in an industry stimulates cooperation. Turbulent markets or industries characterized by market uncertainty, technological discontinuity and globalization stimulate alliances too. As instance, alliances can be seen as a good alternative to go over the crisis. Also, the maturity of an industry affects the propensity. Firms in mature industries tend to collaborate in order to increase their market share or to affect the demand. On the other side, firms in emerging industries, such as biotechnologies, are more prone to collaborate in order to have access to knowledge, competencies, human and scientific resources. Firms have to properly design their collaborative strategies to be sure to have success. This leads to the definition of the correct form and consequently the definition of coordination mechanism. There are three main types of network forms: social, bureaucratic and proprietary network. Firms establish social relations when there are no formal agreements that manage the relationship. Personal network links firms through individual contacts among several firms based on trust. Some forms of industrial districts are also a version of social network, integrating formalized form with social coordination mechanism. Subcontracting is also an important form. Usually there is the main firm, the contractor, that assigns a part of the job to a specialized subcontractor. Actually, some form of subcontracting can be seen as social network or bureaucratic network. It depends on the degree of formalization of the agreements among partners. Bureaucratic forms of network are those coordination modes that are formalized in exchange or associational contractual agreements. The formal agreements specify the relationship among partners in addition to the exchange terms. The degree of formalization is high, even if it is difficult to have complete agreements. Usually, they are assist but never substitute for the presence of social network. An important type of bureaucratic network is trade association. It has been traditionally used to coordinate the behaviors among several partners. This form is preferred when we have a high number of members. Consortium is a complex form of bureaucratic network through which firms define the internal division of labor among partners. Traditionally, it is employed in large projects. Proprietary networks are highly formalized networks that are founded on sound proprietary commitment. Probably the most common form is joint venture. A joint ventures occur when two or more mother firms, in order to conduct joint activities, confer assets, financial resources, knowledge and capabilities to jointly create, own and manage a third business. There are several inter-firm mechanisms of coordination, which differ in nature and variety. It is important to underline that each form of network, social, bureaucratic and proprietary, employ a distinctive mix of coordination mechanisms. Coordination can be achieved through social mechanisms based on trust and reciprocity, through communication, decision and negotiation, through shared elements such as staff, role and organizational units, through supervision and authority, through planning and control systems or incentive systems. An important role is also played by the information and communication technologies, and in general by information systems. Through alliances, firms could achieve higher performance, to increase performance, to develop the innovative outputs, and to internationalize. But firms should consider several conditions that will affect not only the propensity to use alliances, but also the form that networks should employ, the coordination mechanism that best manage their relationships.